Well, hey, it's Jamie. That's me here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to yet another review of Real Housewives of New Jersey. So let's talk about it, okay? So Frank still got to finish this house. Dolores is still pressed. Not only is Dolores pressed about the house, but also her kids are, because primarily she wanted to make sure that they had a home that they could stay in and they don't have to go out here and, be renting houses and doing all this other stuff or whatever, right? She wants them to have somewhere to live peacefully without having to pay any bills just yet as they get their life on track, okay? Out there in the real world. Now, Dolores does tell the kids that, listen, y'all, daddy gonna be coming home too. So it seems like Frank gonna be staying in the house as well. Now, the daughter don't seem to be too happy about this. And I don't think they son happy about this at all, but it seems like the daughter more pissed off than anybody, okay? We find out, at least I find out, that Dolores and Frank actually have been divorced for about 22 years. I don't know why I thought it was like a few years, but I'm glad they gave me that backstory to let me know it's been 22 years since the two have been together, okay? Next thing you know, we see Teresa Giudice, okay? She's, to me, getting her Kris Jenner on, all right? Now, her daughter, Miss, what's her name, Gia, her song ended up going viral, I guess from like years ago, back in 2011 or something like that. Well, it ended up going viral recently. I forgot how it goes. Waking up in the morning and I see so many things, some song like that. So it seems like they getting a Kris Jenner on where they're going to end up profiting off of this little clip, this little snip. It looks like Miss Gia got her a little sweatshirt line, okay, called Wake Up in the Morning or something like that. So she's doing a whole photo shoot for that. All right. Teresa pulls up with her other daughter. I believe her name is Melania. So she pulls up with her and they all talk about them going to see Frank. I'm sorry, not Frank, but going to see Uncle Joe later on. And, of course, Gia and Joe have had the talk. So she's good. But Melania ain't really good. She's still not over the things that he had to say about their dad. And she's not happy about the fact that he hasn't reached out to her. So it's like, I don't know if I want to go. Then she tells her mama, like, and don't try and make me, okay? She pretty much tells, like, don't try and force me to do anything because then we're going to have a problem, right? Now, although I kind of hate how she was kind of talking to her mom, like, girl, you better not force me to do nothing. At the same time, I kind of understand the little girl, because if she really didn't want to go and then y'all make her go, I feel like that's only going to make it a worse situation. Right? It could, if she's so set on having this attitude. And what's interesting to me is that it seems like Gia can get through to her sister more than her mama can. And I kind of feel a little way, and y'all give me the backstory on Gia having to, bring up her sisters. Because it seems like, I know Gia is like the big sister, but she comes off as the mom too sometimes. She comes off with like a mama energy. So maybe she just always felt the need to have to protect her sisters. So that could be it, but y'all let me know. All right. So, yeah, there's that. Okay. So let's get to Joe and Frank. So the two Joes and Frank end up catching up with each other, linking up. Frank speaks on the house and how he still need to get the house done. And I'm like, Frank, what is you doing? What is you doing, honey? You out here frolicking and doing everything else for everybody else, but you can't sit up here and make sure you got the bathrooms and stuff together at the house. Come on now. God, dog, get it together. So what we learned is that when they got divorced, he ended up giving the house to Dolores, right? So it's technically Dolores's house. He's just fixing it up, and he also gonna need a place to stay, so he gonna be staying over there with them as well. So he gave her the house in the divorce, right? Joe asked, like, why won't she just move in with David? Like, I know she ended up getting a townhome, so why didn't they move in together? And Frank said, baby, I don't even think they're together. Okay, I don't think they're together at all. I haven't really seen him around. She ain't been doing a whole lot of talking about him. So I think that relationship could possibly be over. And again, we already kind of knew that based on last week's episode, how it was coming off that they may not end up, they may not be together. But also the psychic told her that, the medium told her that last season, that girl, whatever you got going on now, it's probably not going to go anywhere. Okay. But you will get your person. And I wonder if that person's going to end up being Frank years later. Right. After he didn't kind of got his stuff together, girl. We gonna kind of see, girl. Let's scoot over. All right. So Gorga, Joe speaks on his nieces, right? And how they ended up linking up over. First, they were talking about Bill, actually. They started talking about Bill and how they feel like Bill isn't actually in a good place with everything that happened, as far as the rumors being out there, which actually are proven because his wife confirmed it. So those are facts. So with the stories being out there about him, as well as the mess that his wife is in yet again. So they don't think that Bill is really okay. So Joe talked about the event he went to at Teresa's house and how he really didn't want to go because he didn't want to be around all that drama. But in addition to that, the fact that he is on the outs with his nieces, so he didn't want to go. But he also says Louise invited us over to have like pizza night or whatever over at his house. So we're going to go and, maybe we can fix it then. Because Frank feels like, that's family. You're going to have to go ahead, and fix it. And Joe says, yeah, I hear you. But I just feel like, no niece should talk to her uncle in that manner. And I kind of feel like, but I hear you. And I did feel like last week, I felt like when it came to Gia, like, girl, you're not grown yet or whatever, right? But at the same time, I feel like if you're being disrespectful to her, I feel like she has every right to return the favor back to you. She can be very disrespectful with you. So if you're giving her unwanted negative energy, hey, you just gonna have to meet, and she gonna meet you right where you at, and you're gonna have to be okay with that. You can't just be talking to folks any kind of way just because you feel like you are elder. A lot of people ain't gonna care too much about that. They gonna check you, and I'm one on. But anyway, girl, let's go ahead and scoot over. Let's get to Jackie. Jackie and her husband. So we learned that Jackie actually has an eating disorder. She showed pictures of herself in the past when she used to be like bigger. She has lost so much weight drastically. Okay, she literally was bones when they got married on their wedding day. You could see her bones, like it was so cringeworthy. Like girl, Jackie is literally punishing herself by not eating. Okay, she says that she be wanting to eat so bad, but she's afraid of getting overweight, so she's always hungry. How do you do this to yourself for years? I really hate it for her. So it looks like she's open to seeing somebody to help her, looking for a therapist or something. Her husband encourages her to do that. And that's something that she's actually going to go off and be willing to try. Okay. So hopefully she can get that rectified, because I hate to see that. I hate that for her. She over here hungry, starving, but don't want to eat anything, just want to eat air because she's afraid of gaining weight. Okay. Let's go. And that weight that you gain, you don't have to gain a whole lot. You can gain some healthy weight. Okay. So yeah, let's keep going. All right. So next thing you know, we see Jackie calling Jennifer. She calls Jennifer to check in on her. Jen says that she felt like she was ambushed and was glad that Jennifer was there to support her. Okay. All the girls will be there. So basically, Jackie's children are away at camp. They're going to be coming back at some point. So I think Jackie wants to do like a celebration or whatnot. She's inviting Jennifer. Jennifer said, "Well, that's cute, but who all gonna be there? Like, who are you inviting?" And she said, "Well, girl, pretty much all the girls are gonna be there, but Teresa not gonna be there because she's gonna be somewhere else with her daughter, so she won't be there." So immediately Jennifer is feeling away because she feels like she don't have a support system, right? She's already seeing that Dolores ain't as much of her friend as she thought, and then the person is really gonna ride for her, which is Teresa, not even gonna be in the building. And then she turns around and tells Jackie, like, "I can't really trust you," in so many words. Like, "I can't expect you to have my back." Right? This is what she tells Jackie. And Jackie was like, "Girl, listen, I understand that we had our share of issues and stuff like that, but I promise you I got your back for the most part." Right? So she's still going to invite her. Right? I'm not here for Jen. Right? I know y'all won't probably want me to be, but I'm not saying it for her. When I see these flashbacks and me going back and forth watching the season before and now, I just feel like you can't be doing this, and then when people run up on you, you don't want to post up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't like these women are trying to physically fight you. They're calling you to the carpet for the things that you say and that you do. And I don't like that. She talks a lot of SHI. She's gotten on social media and said a lot of things about these ladies. And then she also said some things about these ladies at the reunion. Now, these ladies approach her, but they not approaching her in a physical, I'm going to beat you down type of way. They're approaching you as in, "Hey, I'm going to put your tea out there about you. Just like you try to condemn me about the things that I've shared with you, then hey, let me throw some of your stuff out there since you want your slate to be so clean." And I just feel like that's not fair. But she can sit up here and now play so much of the victim and be like, "I don't know. It was really bad. I don't want nobody to come at me." But you can come at everybody else. So I just feel like, I don't like that. I don't like, like, don't be, girl, let's keep going. So we get to Louise and Teresa. All right. So they end up having this, the party. I'm going to say a pizza party where he cooking the pizza on the back of the porch. Okay. So of course, Teresa's family is there. Joe and his family show up. Louise is trying to bring the family back together. He feels like the incident that took place at Teresa's house with the family, he feels like that was a good thing. right? He felt like that was a good thing. He glad that that happened because family have, you know, issues, but then they're always able to bring it back together. And that's what he wanted to do in that moment. So he had an activity for everybody to actually write down their thoughts. But instead, Joe was like, why not just talk about it? Like, whatever your issue is, you know what I'm saying? Or your flaws or whatever you got to say, like, say it out loud, right? So Teresa started talking about love and stuff. And then I think they told her about, what they call, I think they called out her attitude or called out something about how she comes off, but she wasn't willing to accept accountability for that. So there's that. And then her daughter Melania ends up speaking, and she talks about how she isn't happy about the family dynamic, right? And with her speaking on that, it ended up leading Joe to apologizing to the girls and, you know, saying that, you know, he should have never done that, all this other stuff. You know, he doesn't want to fight with them and everything. So he apologizes and all this other stuff. So it seems like the family is doing well. And Louise's whole sit down with everybody ended up, you know, it was a good thing. It was a good thing. And I feel like, I just think that was good. I can see why Teresa's gonna like Louise more because he cares enough about the family to want to mend things instead of, you know, contributing to the madness, right? And I know that Joe is kind of on the fence about Louise and he don't really know. And it's like, okay, I'm on the fence about you. We're gonna see what you're really giving, you know. We're gonna see if you're gonna be a good guy for my sister or not. But I feel like this is a good start. So, you know, hopefully things continue to go well with Joe and Louie, okay? So there's that. What else we got? Jennifer. Jennifer talks with her hubby, okay, about him being by her side as she goes to Jackie's event because she definitely needs some support. Okay, and how she feels about she says she talked to her husband about him being on her side and how she feels that he will give her the support that she needs to not break down. And I'm like, but why would you break down though, Jen? This is the thing that I'm saying. Like, you like to elevate this. You're elevating this to be bigger than what it is, girl. Okay, and I'm not even a fan of Marge, but I just feel like I'm with Marge on this right now. It's like, girl, you doing the most. Why does this have to be a breakdown when you drop your tea, when you drop other people's tea? I mean, like, it's okay. Like, I don't, and then it's something that happened years ago. So you really should be over it. But what it really is that you are used to leading on a perfect image that life is great. I'm great. My husband great. This is great. My kids are great. My house is great. Great, 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 great. And then now somebody done sat up there and put a pin in your little balloon and popped your bubble, popped your balloon or whatever. And now you want to sit up here and be like, oh my God, I break down. Oh my God, America's going to see that I'm not picture perfect Patty. Oh my God, they're going to know that my husband cheated on me with a pharmaceutical rep. Like, I don't like that, girl. Like, it happened. It is what it is. Y'all have overcome it. So, like, you're making this a bigger thing than what it has to be. I feel like you should have walked in there unfazed. Like, if they want to keep talking about it, let them. That's on them. But me and my husband have dealt with that. It's been what it is. We have so moved far past that, especially when you said you had your child. I don't know. I think it was your first child when you got pregnant, found out he had cheated. Y'all moved on after that. So either that or it's something that still bothers you to this day, on top of the fact that you're embarrassed by it. And it's like, and if you feel such a way about Marge, the way that you talked about her, and it's like, you're the mistress, not me. I'm never a mistress. You threw things in her face. If you truly feel that way about her, then it ain't nothing that she could say about me or my marriage. Okay. So, I mean, yeah. And what? Yeah. And it happened. And then what? Right. But again, you like to come off with this perfect image, and that perfect image ain't working for you. And that's what I don't like so far about Jen. All right. And then she just wants to, really own and step into this victim role. Okay. So Jackie's party. I'm concerned for Jackie, number one. We get to this party. I see Jackie drinking on the Coronas or whatever she's drinking on. Okay. I see her drinking on these beers, but I haven't seen her eat a lick of anything. So that concerns me. Yikes. Okay. I'm really concerned for Jackie and her alcohol intake. All right, but I'm not seeing any food intake, no bread, no nothing. Okay, so Melissa brags on Joe's little tangawanger. She brags on that, and then Marge lets Melissa know that. Oh, I already knew that. And Melissa was like, "Girl, how you know about my man tangawang? How you know about that?" And she was like, oh, well, girl, Dolores told me. She was like, Dolores, thought you knowing about my man Tangawang. Like, what is that about, right? So Dolores and Joe have known each other for years. So Melissa goes over there asking, like, yo, have you smashed Dolores? Is that something I need to know about? Even though it seemed like it was playful, it was just funny that she was out here trying to brag on her man. And the ladies ended up saying, girl, we already know about that. What else is going on? Hilarious, right? So let's move on. the ladies ended up speaking on Jennifer. They speak on Jennifer. Marge thinks she should come in and apologize versus coming in and crying. I feel like she should come in and not do either. She shouldn't be crying and she shouldn't be apologizing. What's she apologizing for? The fact that she probably did some research on some girls that was coming at her and she wanted to make sure she had some information on them. Well, guess what, Marge? You just went out and made sure you did the same thing. You went out and made sure you found information on her so that you could throw it up in her face. So technically, it don't make you no better than her, to be honest. So I don't think she need to come in there and do anything. I think she need to come in there or at least not do anything of what you said. Apologize versus crying. She don't need to do either one. She need to come in there unfazed, as if nothing ever happened. And if you want to be bothered by it, you can be bothered by it by yourself. So what else is going on, right? So Tracy is calling out Marge, girl. Okay, Tracy called out Marge about how hard she going at Jen and how she needs to empathize with her. And I'm kind of like, Tracy, I'm not sure how long you have been around because I'm new here too, girl. But I'm like, how long you been cool with her for you to even know that she's coming at her a little hard? So you can only talk about it from what you're witnessing at that moment, right? So it's like, then that's when Marge was like, okay, girl, but you be friends with her long enough to let me know how you feel about the end of the month. Okay. So I'm like, girl, you over here talking about Marge going at her real hard. Meanwhile, you over here going real hard, you know, supporting her and stuff. But I guess, girl, she do need a friend right now. So we glad that it's you. Anyway. Okay, Tracy goes on to tell Marge that the constant attacking of Jennifer is mean. All right, but I felt like Jen did all that big talk though at the reunion and online. I'm gonna need her to have her grown woman panties on. If you're gonna do all that big talk, you know, call these people crooks, you know, stand up here and talk about this woman being a cheater or whatever, her being a mistress and all this other stuff. So if you got all that mouth, we're gonna need you to, especially when your tea is spilled. Girl, we're gonna need you to step in it. It happened, it was what it was, and let's move on. So Jen arrives and she's asked if she could have a conversation with Marge. Jen says, I really wanted to avoid her because what she did was harsh. I said, girl, bye. And what you did wasn't? And what you did wasn't harsh? Girl, bye. Bye, Jen. Dolores let the girls know that she and David are not together. Okay, she says that she wanted more of his time, but he wasn't willing to pull her in or add her into his life. She wanted him, but it seemed like he wasn't letting her all the way in. So they're not together right now. She's upset about it, but don't really want to talk about it. She wants to move past it. And I understand that because I know how breakups can be, but I want you, Dolores, I want you to have that same energy should anybody else break up. Don't be trying to force them to talk about something they don't want to talk about, dear. Okay, but anyway, Dolores goes to talk to Jennifer. Dolores tells her that she was upset with Marge at first until she told her what she did. She was like, well, you know, I was mad at Marge. But then when she told me what all you was out here doing in these streets, girl, I was like, ooh, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about that. So Jennifer says, I don't know if you're better friends with Marge than you are with me. And Jennifer told her, Jackie said, yeah, she told her that, she said, well, let me tell you what Jackie said, because it came from Jackie's mouth. Jackie says that you're not a good friend to me. And Dolores said, well, wait a minute. She over here questioning our friendship? Girl, if she over here questioning our friendship, then, you know, I don't know if I could trust her. Okay, that's some shady stuff, right? So then Jackie decides to walk over, because let me tell you, Jackie always got her ear to the streets. If Jackie don't do nothing else, she gonna be listening out to see if she hear her name. And she gonna walk right on into the scene, okay? So Jackie comes into the scene, and Dolores asked, how are you questioning my friendship? Like, that's not okay. And Jackie says, it is okay. Because she is looking after, she said, because I'm looking after Jennifer right now. She says, I'm looking after Jennifer right now by making sure she has people around her that really have her back. I don't trust you, Jackie. I don't trust that you have her back either. So I don't know. Like, you may have a point when it comes to Dolores and her not really being her friend wholeheartedly, like one may expect her to. But I also can't say that I believe that you truly got her back in this moment because of the things that y'all have been through in the past, right? So I feel like you may be cool enough with her so that you can get tea and stuff about her so that you can go back and have a conversation with Marge about it. Yeah. But I don't know if Jen should be so gullible to really trust you wholeheartedly, like you really got her best interest at heart as well. Right? So Marge walks over and asks, girl, what's happening? What's going on? No, what's happening? What's going on? And then Dolores said, well, I was over here telling Jennifer about how I'm friends with both of y'all. And then Marge says, without thinking or anything, immediately says, yeah, you're more friends. You're closer to me than her. Right? So that's what she said. So you already know Miss Jen is pressed by this. And Dolores said, no, girl, I'm both of y'all friends. And Mara says, yeah, you are, but you're closer to me, right? You talk to me more, you check on me more, you call me more. Like, girl, you're closer to me. Dolores asked Jen, like, girl, anyway, I'm not hearing what you said. Girl, do I support you? And Jen said, well, I could use more support from you. Okay, I could use more support. And then Dolores says, okay, then, girl, I'm going to do that. I'm going to give you more support, okay? She said, but I don't need to hear it from this Miss Thing over here. I don't need to hear it from this thing right here. And she was over there talking about Jackie. Jackie said, I'll be IT girl. You're not gonna sit up here and call me no this. You're not gonna call me no this. I know that's what you're not gonna do, girl. Okay. So she started getting all up in Dolores's face. She said, you need to, she said something like, you need to, basically in so many words, she was like, you need to put respect on my name. And then Dolores said, okay, I don't feel like doing that right now, or something like that. I said, y'all are funny. But what was so funny was when Jackie had all that energy for Miss Dolores, and Miss Dolores started giving that energy back. Guess what Miss Jackie was doing? Miss Jackie was backing the hell back. I said, you better back, Jackie, because you know you ain't about that life either, girl. You're really not. Okay, so yeah, Jackie got mad, girl. She was like, I'm sorry, not Jackie, but Dolores got mad. Like, what was that? What did you say? And what you finna do? And what you finna do about it? Okay, she came up on this girl. I said, come up on her. Right, so the episode was cute for what it was. I think next week's probably gonna be even better once we get to the height of the fight. Right, once we get to the issue between Jackie and Dolores and see what's gonna happen by the end of it, girl. Now I don't know. Dolores running up on Jackie or returning the heat back to Jackie is probably going to make Jackie and Jennifer a bit more closer. But I don't trust Jackie. I'm sorry, I don't trust Jackie. I don't really trust Marge for real. I really like Dolores. I do. I like Teresa. I like Dolores. I like Melissa so far, right? So far. It's Jen, Jackie, and Marge for me. I don't know. I don't know about them, but I still got my eye out, girl. We're going to see how this play out. But that's all that I have for you guys when it comes to Real Housewives of New Jersey. Go ahead and hop down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts about the latest episode. Let me know your thoughts about this review, okay? Also, if you got some backstory, girl, drop that down in the comments as well, all right? That's all that I have. I'm Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie, that's me. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.